The All Progressives Congress decision to address the issue of restructuring is generating discussion across the country. The matter was it was a really heated debate at the National Working Committee meeting in Abuja. But will the party eventually heed the calls for true federalism? Well, joining us from Abuja studio is public affairs analyst Michael Oluwagbemi. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
All right, now finally it looks like the APC is coming around to begin to talk about the R word, the issue of restructuring. But then again, it still seems that the party may not necessarily be on the same page. You have the chairman, John Oyegun, who is saying he doesn't understand exactly what all this talk about restructuring means. What's your take on this?
Oh, well, I think, thanks for having me once again. I think what we find happening is a natural process, what I call the elite consensus. It takes time for the elites of any society to accept what is an obvious solution. But when it happens, the train would have, by that time, the train would have left the station, and the elites oftentimes have to play catch-up. In the case of the APC laid the foundation for the current discussion when it included in its manifesto the necessity to devolve power, to restructure the corporate entity called Nigeria. Of course, after over 16 years of resistance of the same policy and ideas by the People Democratic Party that was in power before. That is reflected in APC's manifesto, as has been pointed out several times by erudite lawyer Femi Falana. It's obvious that this the manifesto is a promise, is a platform on which they got elected by the Nigerian people.
I think we have a bit of a connection issue with Oluwagbemi. It was an interesting...
we can get to that particular discussion as far as the chairman of the APC is concerned.
Oh, now, you made a statement, you said an obvious solution, and that's, to you, an obvious solution. For many, remaining the way we are, it's a solution to them. Why do you think restructuring is the obvious solution that's according to you?
I think first, let's deconstruct the word, restructuring. I mean, restructuring of anything means, or at least assumes that thing is not working. And I think we can all agree that the current system foisted on us by the military government when they left power in 1979, and then the contraption that was again foisted on us in 1999, called the 1999 Constitution, is not working. It's not working because after spending over $12 to $18 billion on power, Nigerians still don't have power. After several conferences and political conferences, we still don't agree on how to govern ourselves. There's still wide disagreements. I think this particular program was headed off with discussions about how 150 people were killed by community. We have other several news reports about herdsmen, farmers clash across the country. We have news reports about Niger Delta militancy. We have news reports about virtually every part of Nigeria, including even, I include that in Ikorodu today, Ikorodu seems to be a different part of Lagos because of the issues of security in Ikorodu. But all of these issues point to one thing, that the current contraption, the current 1999 Constitution is not working. And if something is not working, then the obvious solution is to restructure it, is to go back into the structure of that thing and to look at the germane structure of it. In Nigeria, in our case, our structure, at least as the military left us after in 1979 and 1999, was federalism in name only and centralism in reality. It's obvious that this contraption is not working. It's obvious that every solution to the Nigerian problem will not come from Abuja. And that's why the APC is central to its manifesto, the idea of devolution of powers. That is, we need to devolve powers from Abuja. We need to empower our states more. We need to empower local government and community-based organizations. We need to move away from having a centrist solution to everything as far as Nigeria is concerned. I think a state like Lagos State has already shown the way. Several other states are trying to do the same thing, even, let's say, in the area of power. Now, Lagos is talking about deploying 3,000 megawatts, going by its powers on that allows states, empower states to produce power. So this is the way we need to go. We need to reduce what's on the list, exclusive list of the 1999 Constitution, and transfer more things to both the concurrent list and obviously the residual list, where states will go and local governments are going to have exclusive powers. Now, we can all argue about what those constituent states should be. Should it be the regions? Should it be states? Should it be local government? But the point is, the federal government of Nigeria today, a single government that shares 52% of all the revenue, has too much power and has very few solutions to Nigerian problems. But 37 other constituent states, as well as 774 local governments, share 48% of Nigeria's resources and, however, bear most of the burden as far as the economic burden of the country. We need to change that formula around and make sure that states and the local governments, the people that are closest to the people, have more power.
Okay, so much to talk about. Of course, many Nigerians are looking forward to that National Working Committee and what might come out of this. Thank you so much for your time, Michael Oluwagbemi.